There are other historical errors. For example, if we read Joshua 6:21, this talks about the story of Jericho and the city of Jericho and how it was destroyed. It says, they utterly destroyed everything in the city, both man and women, young and old, and ox and sheep and donkey with the edge of the sword. They burned the city with fire and all that was in it. Only the silver and the gold and articles of bronze and iron they put into the treasury of the house of the Lord. Now, if we go back and check the archaeology of the city of Jericho, we will not find any burned fossils or burned things in Jericho. Actually, the burned stones that we have, these were burned hundreds of years after the Israelites enter Jericho. Also, we find some pigs' bones that like fossils of pigs' bones in that area. And we know that the Israelites did not actually eat swine or ham, and they did not raise pigs. But the people of Jericho, before the Israelites, they did. And so if they were burned to death and to ashes, you will not find these bones. That means only one thing, and that's what the scholars they say that when the Israelites enter into the city of Jericho, they entered it peacefully, and the people of Jericho lived with the Israelites in peace, and there were no conflict, there was no war at all. But the book of Joshua mentioned that there was a big thing happened when the Israelites, took over Jericho, and they had to burn everybody, burn the whole city. They even killed the men, the women, children, the elderly, everything. They just made a whole genocide. Subhanallah. But the historical records does not show that at all. And that tells us one thing, that the story in the book of Joshua in the Bible is incorrect. Also, they found potteries that they were made by not the Israelites, but the people of Jericho. That means those potteries, they belonged to the non-Israelites, to the people who lived with the Israelites, and they lived with them peacefully, the people of Jericho. So that was a big historical error that raised a lot of questions about the authenticity of the book Joshua in the Bible.